In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still back.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
It's so funny.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Kraus. But before we begin, if you guys can please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. So with that said, Cash, what are we reacting or what are we reviewing today?
Yeah. Well, first we got to talk about it. We're coming back from our week-long hiatus.
Yes.
Welcome back from the honeymoon.
Thank you.
Divorced yet?
Yep. Already divorced.
That happens, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was short-lived.
Glad I took the under on that.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, you are back from your honeymoon. And what better way to come back to review the most anticipated movie of the year?
Absolutely. Everyone's waiting for this review.
Dune. We got it early.
We did?
We got it a little bit early.
Yep.
But no, we are reacting to a movie that I had not even heard of.
No,
until
neither did I. Until you messaged me, you're like, "How about this one?" I was
yeah.
like, okay.
Well, funny story is I saw it on Netflix, but then I saw the writer of this film is a writer. If I can remember his name, Marcus Gabriel. He is a Redditor, a Redditor.
Oh, okay.
And he posted on Reddit, hey, I got a new movie coming out. I'm a longtime Redditor or whatever. So that's the way I saw it. And he was pretty much just answering anyone's questions about the movie.
Wow.
People could comment and he was asked, so I was like, yeah. And at the time it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's down to 97. But
It is.
But unfortunately.
But I mean, still very good.
But not
97.
enough reviews to be certified fresh yet. That's how small this movie is. It's not like it didn't come out anywhere, just in film festival. It's called The Old Ways, if we haven't mentioned it yet.
Yes, The Old Ways.
A horror film on Netflix, like you said, written by Marcos Gabriel and directed by Christopher Allender. And they're friends, I learned on that Reddit page.
Okay.
Because he hasn't directed anything else. But it is a film based in Mexico.
Yes, Veracruz.
Veracruz, of course. And it centers on possession. Again,
Yes.
didn't even watch the trailer, which I kind of love. I love going into a movie.
I had no idea what this film was about at all.
It was really nice. And even though they had the trailer, I didn't watch it. I just dove right into it. And I like that a lot because I had no fucking clue what was going to happen.
No.
The movie's only 130 minutes, tight 130, which you got to fucking love. But yeah, it was interesting for sure. It's not very often you get to go into a movie completely blind, especially the fact that we run a movie
podcast. Yeah. Right.
So we rarely get to, we react to trailers. That's a big part of it. So we rarely get to go into a movie where we are completely blind. But I went into this one blind and I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it was very simplistic, a very small cast. I mean, you could have ran this film on a budget of like maybe $100,000 if you really wanted to. I mean, if
unfortunately, I wish you could.
Yeah,
I wish you could.
Out of country, but
and there was a time where you absolutely could run a movie like that for $100. But now, fucking the cameras cost.
Oh, those red cameras alone just to rent is like $70,000 a week.
Yeah, but I'm sure this was a shoestring budget. Obviously, the fact that it didn't have any studio connected to it at all, besides Netflix. Soapbox Films is the producer. They do some small films also, but yeah, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, and kind of a new take on the exorcism, possession type film.
That's what it really. I mean, obviously, the go-to probably whenever you see an Exorcist film is The Exorcist,
right?
But that is definitely what it reminded me of with like the priest and whatnot, and and I know we'll skip. We always do spoilers, but the priestess. I guess she was a witch doctor. They called her.
She was a witch. Yes.
Yeah, a good witch though.
A good witch, not a bad one.
No, a good. At first though, that's the kind of the play is on it. Is at first you're not sure if any of this stuff is actually existing, but at some point midway through, they jump the shark and be like, "Oh no, this shit's
definitely happening."
Real. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because and that was. I mean, this movie was good. It had some faults for sure, but that was the one thing I thought they were going to play more into was the drug addiction thing. And then at some point they give that up. They don't go back.
Well, she even gives it up.
I know, which
Yeah.
is real easy for her.
It was very easy. I've never seen
straight
someone
up
get
shit.
off heroin that easily in my life.
That was my big fault. Is like she throughout the movie, you couldn't tell. I mean, I don't know if you ever met anyone on heroin. You can immediately go, "Hey, that guy's on fucking."
heroin.
Yeah, it's like you can't hide it, and you don't just like casually do heroin.
No.
It's not like smoking cigarettes or like once in a while you do coke. You do heroin and then you do heroin until you have to stop. But
And the
She was off of
withdrawals on heroin are a lot more severe than what she went. She just woke up. She's like, I think instead of heroin, I'm going to have a cup of coffee.
and she looked great.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're on withdrawals, you're fucking sweating, you're pale, you're throwing up.
You got
look like-
bags under your eyes. They're all
You look
sunken
like
in.
shit. Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah. That was my. But of course, maybe that had to do with the demon taking over her. That maybe that demon didn't. But demons love heroin too. I think.
I think demon. It's pretty metal.
I
Right?
think
They
so,
like
too,
heroin.
right? Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
So she's doing a little H, dropping the H bomb. Of course, she's got to. But yeah, I really liked that whole story of at first you're thinking maybe this is just a metaphor for her demons of addiction.
Yes. Yep.
And then at some point she just begs that whole thing, and it's not a metaphor. She's got a fucking demon in her.
She does.
She went to what?
A literal demon.
La Barocca or something? Burka? Barocca?
Boca?
Something like
Yeah,
that,
La
where you are
Boca.
not allowed.
You're not allowed to go. No, it's the cave of demons.
It's made so fucking clear that you're not allowed to go. But of course, our main antagonist, played by Bridget Cale Canales, who the only thing I can find she was on, you're gonna love this,
Okay.
Walking Dead.
Wow, greatest show on earth.
Walking Dead is like the new NCIS if you live in Atlanta. 'Cause
Or Law and Order.
yeah,
Where it's everyone has used.
in New
been
York,
in an episode.
everyone in New York, even people that don't even act, have been in a Law and Order episode.
Yep.
In Atlanta, it's Walking Dead.
For
Every
sure.
single person from Atlanta or lives in Atlanta has either been a zombie or had a feature fucking role.
Wow, principal role, yeah.
There's so many characters on Walking Dead that everyone gets a speaking role.
Yep.
They're all featured extras.
Right.
They're all because they need actors. They need a lot.
They
of
do.
Them. They're
To kill off.
But yeah, so she was on The Walking Dead, and then the guy's the only other one that the guy that was helping.
Yes.
He was the only other one that looked kind of familiar to me. But yeah, I thought she did a really good job.
Yeah, I really liked her as Christina.
She goes through quite the arc for 130 minutes.
Yeah, I would say so.
She goes
I
from
mean,
not
90 minutes.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
90
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, she goes from not believing at all into any of it into being the witch doctor.
Well, here's the thing.
It's the full 180.
It is, but when you start seeing snakes crawl into your belly or getting pulled out of your
I'm
belly,
thinking it's the heroin. That's a
true.
heroin thing for sure. Bugs on the wall and shit like
Mm-hmm.
in your eye. You start scratching your face. But also, she was drinking some crazy milk the whole time. She
was.
Did
That
they ever
goat's milk.
Did they ever explain that goat milk?
No, they just said it was goat's milk, which I don't understand.
It was
because
featured. Like they
was a
might have
lot.
been sponsored by
Goat's milk.
by Big Goat Milk.
Yeah, those big goat milk
big goat milk, the big-
companies.
Who've been pushing goat milk for so damn long,
Yes,
and I'm
they
sick
have.
of it. They're lobbying, they're doing
They
everything
are.
they can. They're buying off
God,
our
goat's milk?
They're buying off our politicians.
They are. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. This big advertising. We can't do it.
But that goat milk, I almost thought I missed it because it is a featured player.
It is.
in this film. At the very end, can I get you some milk? That's the
Yeah.
last line.
Right. I know. Well, that was towards Christina's cousin,
I want to say, yeah.
Miranda. Because remember, Miranda, when she was possessed, she didn't drink the goat's milk, and then they do like the camera zoom in on the milk that wasn't been drank.
Yeah, but once that's how she knows
Yeah.
because demons
hate goat's milk?
I thought they loved goats. Like
I thought they liked
Beelzebub was
Ben
a
Baphomet. Yeah, I thought he was a goat. I don't know. I'm confused.
Maybe
Wouldn't
that's
you want
why.
to suckle from the teat of the of the devil?
Maybe that's why
You're a
it's like
demon.
they can't drink it. Like
Maybe not. It's too powerful.
It's like an angel drinking Jesus' blood or something. Their head would just fucking explode. But yeah, the goat's milk is like that's like a trigger.
Right.
Like, like I don't know what, but you drink the goat, and then it makes your demon, maybe suppresses the demon because everyone's drinking goat milk.
Yeah,
not possessed.
Well, and too, you know, when they finally bring Christina's friend who was looking for her in, as you said, the last line was, "Let's get you some goat's milk," and then the demon like freaked out in the background. I was like,
yeah, which was cool. That I think
that was a cool ending though.
By far, the best part of this movie was the special effects.
Yeah, the demons look sick.
The demons look sick. The whole scene when they're pinning her to the ground and she's nailing in the triangle cross or whatever, and then it's also pinning her, and the smoke is coming out of her mouth. That looks super fucking cool. I thought all the special effects were really cool. The snakes looked cool.
I thought the lead up to the demons and the reveal of the demons was cool too, because you know we had a lot of like interdimensional scenes where it was like she was having a dream and we barely just saw the demon for a second.
Yeah.
And then at the end we actually saw the red-faced demon.
Which I almost wish they didn't. I like it.
I like to finally see it.
I hate shining a light on any monster. You know, I think every monster in horror films should be seen as little as possible. You know, it's the Jaws method.
Right.
That's because the fear of the unknown is the greatest fear of all.
It's true.
But once you shine a light on it, I thought it looked like a big CGI Voldemort. You know, it's not But then I thought they did a better method at the end when they showed that other demon, but they kept it like in the shadows.
Right,
It was very dark, but it looked different too. But once you actually shine like a big light on it, it's like, well, now I've seen it. You know, I can't be too scared of it. But it's true. It's a big demon though.
It's a huge demon.
And the cave of demons. What is going on?
It's just
a
a
gate
party
to
for
hell.
demons. It is.
How about this? Close that bad boy up. Cement it.
No joke. Well, what I don't understand too is like what happened in that specific cave.
I'm telling you, it goes
We
straight
need
to
a
hell.
history of that cave.
Goes straight
an
to hell,
independent film. Yeah.
I'm not exploring
wild.
it. I'm not
Well, I'm not
spelunking
doing
that
it.
cave. No fucking way. But yeah. And what is with? Do you have to have one wonky eye to be a witch doctor?
I think so.
It's
I think
such
that's
a
the rule.
common thing.
It
It's
is
like
a
you
very
cannot
common
have 20/20 vision.
No.
If you're gonna be a.
Because you can't see the demon right. But if you have one eye,
I'm thinking if I had two good eyes, I'm seeing the demon even better.
no, this is demon logic here, okay? You have one eye, you can only look one way. You know, sometimes it gets a
She's
little
not
cross-eyed.
seeing out of that eye, dude. That eye was fucked. Had she got medical attention, almost
Probably could have.
could have saved that eye. But she walks around with that big eye
That
scratch.
bandage, yeah,
That
for a long
nasty-ass
time.
bandage, yeah. That only probably infected that eye.
Oh, for sure.
Only got worse.
That
for
rag
sure.
was not clean and sanitized, no.
That was something I kind of shocked me was kind of the pacing of this film was I thought this film was over when they saved her.
Yes. That's what I thought too. And the witch doctor died, and it was very like dramatic.
They were doing it like they were ending it.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it, I'm like, what the fuck? This is
like
about 31
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour long. This is a short film.
Yep.
But then it goes on another 20 minutes, and it kind of just keeps ramping up. That was what I thought was kind of interesting.
One little twist and turn that I liked is when she was nailing her her cousin down, Miranda. She finally has that revelation with the demon that the demon wanted to have her hurt her, because remember, like the pain and suffering is what makes people go crazy and die.
Because
right?
it all
The demon
came
takes over.
from her mom. Remember
Right.
her mom and
Yep.
but her mom was actually a demon also.
But I thought that fucking scene looked sick though, because you know she's getting nailed in, and then all of a sudden you see the nails just come up.
Yeah, that's
The
what I'm saying.
demon
All
just
those scenes
floats up, and
yeah.
you're just like, whoa, that's sick.
All those scenes really hit for me, even though we've seen how many exorcisms have we seen now through the years?
A lot of them. They never. I mean, they
I
do get
get-
old, but they don't.
Yeah,
like if it's done like this,
But
I don't mind.
that's what I'm saying. It's hard to do a more original. I thought they did a pretty good job of it because
so do I.
it's obviously been done thousands. I could probably lead an exorcism at this point.
Right.
I've seen so many of them, but it's like it's such a common thing. But like you said, I think they did it in a kind of cool original way where it still looked good. But yeah, you're right. I love that. the imagery of the nails popping up too as she pops up, and then she does like the laugh, like you fucked. Yeah. The same demon laugh that they all do.
They always do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a multi-layered voice type thing.
Right. And where's the guy at the end? That was my question.
That I didn't understand that either. Did he just go like for a picnic somewhere? I was very confused.
Maybe retirement. He seemed like he'd been through a lot.
Well, he'd been stabbed a few times.
Oh.
I guess that's why he didn't speak English, because he kept getting attacked.
Let's talk about that stabbing. It sounded like he was getting stabbed with a butcher's knife. It was a needle.
I know. I thought
It wouldn't even affected you.
No. I know, but I thought for sure that guy was dead. And then you just hear him faintly breathing. I'm like, what, shouldn't kill him?
The way he was stabbed, I mean, the Foley artist went a little hard in the studio on this one. I mean,
like, you know what? Massive sound effect. Massive sound effect.
It sounded like a butcher knife stabbing like a watermelon. Like,
Right.
It was like, yeah, but it was just the hypodermic needle that she was using to shoot up.
Oh, that sucks.
Which is gross, but it still wouldn't like, he would be stabbed, even it'd be like a couple pricks, yeah. But I like that scene because that's the scene that's about past our first act, getting to the second act, about 1/3 through the way is when she still thinks this is all bullshit because she wakes up kidnapped.
Right.
And she has no idea what's going on. She's in this creepy fucking cage room. It's got all kinds of animal parts, witch shit. And the whole time she's not believing in him. Obviously, she just thinks they're crazy.
Well, and this is right after her waking up from that heroin binge.
Yeah.
And then being tied up and blood covered all over her body.
Yes.
And then she's thrown back into the cage again.
So you think she's going to escape. She stabs the guy and then also strangles him.
Yeah.
And then I thought this was kind of cool, kind of half not cool, because remember she's about to leave, and there's the
salt on the ground.
It's the Star Wars
Force field.
the Gungans. It was, I thought for sure, which I thought was kind of cool, kind of, halfway, half in. I was in. I don't know if there'd be another visually way to show it, but the whole kind of actual glass wall thing's kind of hokey to me. But that's the turning point of her being like, oh, fuck, there's a demon in me, which is kind of new and different from most Exorcist films is they never acknowledge that they actually have a demon in them until the very end when they're back. But she straight up says, all right, let's get this sucker out.
All right, I believe you. I'm a believer now.
Yeah. So, and then
then she's puking up that hair too. And that's a common thing with exorcists too, is the hair,
so
but it
gross.
works.
It always works for me.
It works. And I've had 2 bad dreams where I've had that happen to me.
I talked about
the fucking worst.
They do that. What was the film? What was the film with the lady that gets obsessed with the religion?
Saint Maud.
That's what it reminded me of. Because this film does have some body horror in it, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
But I just fucking hate the feeling of like hair in your mouth and then throwing up and
pulling out giant strains of hair. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and there was that was a cool scene in the scene when they're like doing a surgery on her before.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing the psychic surgery. And at first you think it's fake, they're pulling out teeth or whatever. They pull out a fucking snake.
Well, they try to.
She's damn near elbow deep in her. She is, they try to. But I really like that scene because that was, again, a point where you're like, is this all bullshit? Are these people crazy or what?
Yeah.
But no,
they're completely sane. Yeah.
A little too sane, yeah. I really like that scene. I like the scene where the old gal sacrifices herself, which is what reminded me of The Exorcist, is when, he sacrificed himself at the end as well. But kind of a shitty sacrifice.
I know, because
didn't work.
At the end of the day, Christina still had to come
save
in the day again.
That's the thing about
Could
that.
have saved yourself.
Yeah, we actually need you.
Yeah,
we need you back.
We needed you back.
But I thought it was cool too when when Christina, she puts on the face paint or whatever because she's in. You got to have that, I guess.
Of course,
get you psyched up.
It's part of the ritual.
Yeah,
you already got your old ways.
You already got your funky up fuckery eye. That's a must.
That fucking giant scar.
Oh, dude. That was a cool scene too. I keep going back to cool scenes, but when she's in the cave when they're doing, and then he scratches her and she comes out. It's a gnarly scar.
Oh, it's a bad scar. Yeah, it's all the way down her face.
It's deep too. I mean, deep enough to fuck your eye up pretty bad.
I like the boy scene too because the boy kept looking at her throughout the whole film. You're like, who the fuck is this little boy? And then at the very end, he smiles in the cave, and you see the demon's eyes on the teeth. That was terrifying.
Purge that village of all kids. If I
Kill them all.
If I think one kid is a demon,
yes,
kids already scare the shit out of me. So get him out of there.
Well, the same way Pharaoh did with Moses, trying to kill him. You kill all the newborn babies.
No, Moses did that to Pharaoh.
What?
Moses did that to the Pharaoh. That was one of the trials.
But remember, Moses had to go down the. That's how he was caught by Pharaoh.
The old Pharaoh. Yeah,
the old Pharaoh.
Because then the new Pharaoh.
Yeah, the new Pharaoh, firstborougn, goodbye. If you don't have a lamb's blood.
And then the frogs and the locusts.
I
feel like he got more of it. He got a little heavier hand. A bad time to be firstborn.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it always whenever I got told that in Bible time,
bad
it scared the hell out of me.
20-year period to be the firstborn because even the good guy ends up killing all the.
He does.
That was kind of vengeful.
Yeah, a little bit.
You truly forget how many babies die in the Bible.
A lot of babies
Until you
die.
remember.
A lot of babies die in the Bible. Man.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. It's hard to remember who killed and who didn't.
Yeah.
There's so much death.
There's a lot of death.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I totally forgot. A great film, though, is Prince of Egypt.
It's a great film.
It's a great.
Are you talking about the cartoon?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the only reason I know about what happened to Moses and not is because of that cartoon. It's got a great voice cast, too. Val Kilmer plays Moses. We don't need to get off on a tangent, but I'm not over religious, but the music in that is amazing too.
It is, yeah. That's a DreamWorks film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got Spielberg's little grubby hands all over it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm cashing in on the Christians now. You guys didn't like E.T.? Well, you'll like this.
Oh, the Christians hated E.T.
Hated E.T. There's no such thing as aliens.
Earth's only a couple thousand years old. How can we have aliens? It's wild.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so he went the other way. He flipped to 180. He's all about the money. So
he is.
But yeah, the old ways. Was there any other scenes that you liked? I liked the score as well. I thought they did a good job on the score.
Yeah, the score was good. Not specifically. Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I just think it was, it was a good film. That's pretty much what
it was. Really short too. 90 minutes was perfect.
That's what I loved about it. Yeah,
perfect length. And it was like, this is a film that I went and saw. But sat down and watched, and I was like, wow, there are films that you could literally just write and shoot if you wanted to make.
Oh, absolutely.
And this was one of them. I mean, it was a cast of what, 4 or 5 people.
The special effects would have been the hardest part on this,
of course,
obviously.
yeah, and you have to outsource for that.
But you could have definitely done it in a way where you could go all practical. They went CGI with a lot of stuff, but it looked good. That's definitely where 90% of their budget probably went.
Yeah, definitely.
Was rendering some of those effects. But they did a really good job on that.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, I agree. It's just one of those that it's so quick that like maybe the first half hour is build up, but then because it's so short that last hour is pure action.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
it's great too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was very impressed with this film.
That's the kind of nice thing about having an hour and 30 minutes is although it does restrain the director, it makes them, it forces them to just make an entertaining film with that little amount of time.
Yeah. You're a big Reddit guy, right?
Sure.
So this Marcos Gabriel, I've never been on Reddit.
You're missing out.
Marcos Gabriel, is this his first film?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever written anything before.
Wow. That's very impressive.
It's crazy, dude. There's a few guys on Reddit that literally just started on Reddit, started on the screenwriting subreddit, post there all the time, get advice, and then they go from there. It's crazy. And they always come back and be like, hey, my first script I posted here, and now I'm making a fucking movie.
Wow, they would post their scripts on Reddit?
All the time, yeah. It's a community, man. Yeah. Post their script on Reddit, people give you feedback for it and everything. It's awesome. There's been a few people that made it big on there.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's cool, yeah. It's super cool. But yeah, that's the way I first knew about it, because he posted on actually the film subreddit. I was like, hey, I made this movie. I got it made. Yeah. Pretty cool.
All right.
I know.
Well, anything else on the old ways?
No, I'd probably recommend it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go check it out. It's free on Netflix.
And get hour 30 minutes. That's a sweet runtime, dude.
It was a very in my opinion, a well-made movie and deserves to be seen for a first-time writer. And, I don't know if it's a first-time director. Christopher a lender. But
I'm probably
still.
what he said when he did his Reddit post. He said that guy was just his really good friend.
Oh, so
the
probably
director.
they're all probably first time. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is really a great film, and go support filmmakers who are brand new and make good films. So.
Yeah, not big studio films or anything like that either. Just a small one, and good for Netflix. This is the film that Netflix should be picking. These are the kind of films these small films that really no one probably else would pick up that end up being good.
Yeah.
Don't try to make these big films, Netflix.
Don't do it,
You don't have.
You're
it.
not good. You're not good at making your own film. Just pick them up.
You're not good.
We'll be happy if you just pick up good film, but you need
and
to
smaller
quit
films.
making
I don't want big budget films that
No.
Netflix is picking up from. I need smaller films.
Yep.
For sure.
I think that should be the market they focus on and just pick up more smaller films that are good instead of let Amazon and Hulu and all that, let them pick up the big ones.
Let the big studios still make these big giant films. Yeah. You just, these smaller films are where it's at. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Exactly. Everything we've seen from Netflix that's been good has been these really tiny budget indie films almost. But
For sure.
they won't. They got $1 billion, so why the fuck would they?
I know.
Well, they got $10 billion. I don't know how much Netflix is
That's
worth.
a lot of billions. I can
A
tell
lot
you
of
that.
zeros.
A lot of subscribers, a lot of billions.
I can't count, yeah.
Alrighty, well, that is our review for The Old Ways. If you guys like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.